Jimmy Stewart came on my show. And I had him on in the early 90s. He was getting up there in age, and there he is. What a thrill that was. And I always loved him as George Bailey. There was something about him as George Bailey. You agree? I think he was George Bailey. But I did this the other day. I said, God, life has changed so much all over the world, but here too, in the country. What would it be like if George Bailey, Jimmy Stewart, went back to Bedford Falls now? It might sound like this. This Jimmy Stewart, and this is called It Was a Wonderful Life. I went down the block to the 5 and dime store, and a guy out in front said they don't exist anymore. I walked a bit further to buy something at Sears, and they said there wasn't one there for going on years. So I decided maybe I'd go buy a book. But when I asked where the shop was, they gave me a strange look. There were no yellow pages, nor Encyclopedia Britannica, nor wristwatch repair, nor film for my camera. No pay phones to call, no handwritten letters. Some kid on the street said something called an email was better. There were no movie shows to go to, just something called a Cineplex, and no romantic love stories. Everything was about sex. I looked for Howard Johnson's to get an ice cream, and there weren't any. It was like a bad dream, where there once were folks on the street nice to meet. Now, if you hear from them at all, it comes in a tweet. Now, newspapers and radio, even the video store, they just went away. Never more. So now I wonder what became of my past. I mean, what's really left that really does last? So I called my old sweetheart, Mary, on a thing called an iPhone, and I saw a picture of her and the time and her home, and I got the weather report and all the ball scores, and a woman named Siri did all of my chores. I'm really glad I lived when I did, when it was great to be a grown-up or even a kid. So I'll just sign off as Jimmy Stewart, you see, though there's a real good chance you might not even know me. But that's okay. I won't shed a tear, because it's your life now. So have a great year.